Hi everyone, this is Country Music News International, and this evening, well, it's evening for me, but it's midday for Shane. I'm speaking to Shane Owens, who's way over there in Alabama, and I think this is the first time I've ever spoken to someone who was actually physically in Alabama. I mean, most of the time, folks are in Nashville.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in Nashville and all over the United States traveling. It's like we were mentioning off air a while ago, the COVID kind of set everybody back, but I'm home, but we've got a lot of shows. We travel all over the United States, and we just got back off of a radio tour, do a lot of work in Nashville, spend a lot of time in Nashville, but my home base is right here in Sampson, Alabama.
So you are a Southern boy.
Absolutely. Grew up out here in the country. We love to hunt and fish. We love our country music. And, when we're not out on the road, you might catch us on a tractor bush hogging or cleaning up around the catfish pond or just doing what country folks do.
Well, I'm a Southern boy too, but that doesn't mean the same as it does for you, because I'm actually originally from London in England. So I'm a Southern Englishman. But I live here in Germany. I've been based in Germany since 1982. And I came over here to play country music on the American bases. When I think back to those times, a lot of the music that we were listening to sounds a lot like the music you're playing now. And I read on your website that you see yourself as a sort of more traditional country artist.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear a Shane Owens song, you can tell I grew up listening to Randy Travis and Keith Williams, George Jones, and Alan Jackson and George Strait, Vern Gosdin. So many of my heroes. Some of them I've had the opportunity to work with. Some sadly are no longer with us. But I think that there's millions of people out there that love traditional country music, and they love that. And with that being said, we're going to be okay, because as long as we got country music fans that are faithful to what we're doing and respect what we're doing, they're going to go out, they're going to support our music. That steel guitar sound and fiddle you'll hear in every one of my songs. We still cut traditional country music. When we go to Nashville, all the pickers, they just get excited because they know it's going to be a traditional country music project. And like I said, there's millions of people out there that love that sound. And like you said as well, you've played that type of music before, and that's what everybody's craving.
Well, for me, it just kind of, to play it that way and to have that kind of instrumentation, it defines country music for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, which brings me to another question. I love the sound of your voice. When did you first start singing, or when did you kind of first think, hey, singing is for me?
Well, my first love was sports. I was involved in football, and I lettered 4 years in football during high school and baseball. Those were my first loves. But my grandmother was one of my biggest influences. She played the piano in church, and my dad can sing. My sisters can sing. I'm the only one that ever pursued it as a career, but I've got a lot of musical background in my family. And like I said, my grandmother was one of my biggest influences, along with such artists as Randy Travis and Keith Whitley. Keith Whitley's my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
And but I knew after high school that I wanted to pursue this as a career. Well, it's like we were talking a while ago. Music is a gift. It's something that we're blessed with. We shouldn't take for granted, and should use it for all the right reasons. And music, like you said, is a gift. It's a healer. Music is something that soothes the soul. So we're blessed, you and I, to as well are blessed to do what we do, and to have people believing in what we do and love our music is all worth it in the end.
And in one of your videos, that's Randy Travis at the mixing desk, right?
Yeah, he produced that record that Country Never Goes Out of Style was on, and we so many hits off that record. It was just a blessing to be able to work with Randy, call him a friend. He's a country music Hall of Famer. When I made my Grand Ole Opry debut, Randy was there with me. So he's a big part of my career, has been a big part of my career. And, for him to appreciate what I'm doing as much as I appreciated his music growing up, it's a dream come true.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Where was that studio? It looks like an old church.
Actually, it's one of the best studios in Nashville. And it is an old church. Everybody goes to record there. I mean, everybody that's ever had any hits, any big hits, still records there. And it's just one of those places. It's legendary in Nashville. There's so many legendary places in Nashville to record, but that's one of the top three.
What's the name of it?
Ocean Way.
In fact, I've got a bit of software on my computer here that recreates the control room. So you can stick some headphones on you have to use headphones. Put your headphones on, listen to the output from your computer, and use this plugin which kind of, emulates the control room at Ocean Way, so that you can mix as if
That's
you're
awesome.
listening to the speakers in the control room there. But when it comes into 2022, what does that look like for you with touring and gigs and new releases, whatever? What's coming up for you in the near future?
Well, we've got a lot of stuff recorded. We've stockpiled a lot of material. We're excited about that. We're filling up the calendar for 2022. As we all know, and we've talked about, we went through the COVID period and maybe all that stuff, most of it's behind us, so we can get a lot more dates out there and go to work and get in front of our friends and our fans. Because like we said earlier, that's what artists love to do. Without our friends out there and without concerts and live music, we're pretty much miserable from an artist standpoint because we can't get out there. But we're going to fill that calendar back up. 2022 is going to be a lot better for everybody and all of us as a nation. We're going to get back on our feet and get out there and start seeing a lot more folks.
What would you consider a good year in terms of the number of gigs that you play?
Yeah, we booked ourselves for a long time before I got a record deal. We used to do anywhere from 250 to 260 a year.
Wow.
And last year it really hurt us. We had to cancel a lot of dates, but we'll settle for 200 shows a year. And man, that'd be an awesome year. We want to get 200 shows booked back this in 2022 and get out there and just tour as much as we possibly can.
So that's a lot of traveling, right?
That's a lot of traveling, and we're used to that. In this business right here, you can't do it from home. So it's right. One of those businesses you got to get out there on the road and pack the pavement. Hey, we've toured on buses. We tour on planes. If we're on a radio tour, we'll fly in to get a rental car and do what we got to do on the radio tour. But mostly we're in a bus and a plane.
So how many guys in the band? Is it a permanent band for you?
Yes, we've been fortunate. I've got all the same guys I've had for years. We've got a 5-piece band, including me. We got a tour manager, a merchandise manager. We've got a great label of Merrimont Records. We've got a great management team. We've got a great social media team. So it takes all the spokes in the wheel turning at the same time to break and make an artist. So I'm very fortunate in that aspect. We got a great team at Merrimont Records.
And have you ever been outside the USA?
Not so far, but we've had a couple of things lined up that got pushed back on account of the COVID. I want to go tour as many places as we can go. We would love to go outside the United States and tour. Come over there where you're at. Go to Europe. Go to Canada. Wherever we can. The more people we get in front of, the better we're going to be. Especially if you love traditional country music.
Now, I'm a guitar player. And while you were just kind of earlier on arranging where you're sitting, you grabbed a guitar and sort of put it to one side. I don't know if this is the guitar that I've seen in a couple of the videos you made.
I've got a couple. I've got a Takamine, but this is a little. Let's see what kind it is. I forget what it is. It's a Blue Ridge, but it's set up so nice, kind of like an Alvarez. It's a pretty good playing little guitar as well.
Yeah, I know the name actually, Blue Ridge. I've seen them at we used to have this big music fair in Frankfurt, which is pretty close to where I live. So when did you pick up guitar? When did you start playing guitar?
I didn't pick up guitar till after high school. Like I said, my first love was football and baseball. And then I figured out I wanted to pursue a career in country music. So I got a guitar and started taking a few lessons and kind of taught myself. It always interests me. So I'm lucky to be sitting here today. We've had several hits on the radio and a wonderful career, and we're still going. And you know, so that's awesome feeling. I want to make sure I make mention for everybody to go to ShaneOwensCountryMusic.com and check out the website, and you know, go to Facebook, check us out, and go download all the music on all the music outlets. But ShaneOwensCountryMusic.com is where we want everybody to go.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. That's where I was just this afternoon. Watched a couple of videos, listened to some great music. So all of you people out there who love traditional country music, that's the place you need to go. That's for sure. It's really, really good stuff. And yeah, I'd like to say thanks for taking the time to do the interview with us, because as I say, we really appreciate it. We really miss you guys. Okay, so Shane, thanks again. And you take care of yourself. I've got my, you can't see it. Yeah, I've got my thumbs up for 200 shows next year, right? Okay, you take care, and I'll say bye.
See you, buddy.